Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away.
Hey, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. My dog's already licking herself in the background. I'm like, what is that noise? Any little noise gets me. Hey, Araya, we're on. Okay. she turned her head like, okay then. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. What is today? Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't even know. Tuesday. Should have known that. Should have known that. Of course, it's not Wednesday. Couldn't have been 2 days in to I'm going back to the gym. So wish me luck. But thank you guys all for being here. I do appreciate it. Let's see who's in the chat. And then as we do, kind of see who's in the chat. If you guys don't mind taking a second, hitting the like button. If you change your mind, you can always unhit it. You know, you can unring that bell if you'd like to, but hopefully you won't. Just trying to fix myself here. Sorry, guys. My necklaces are all but choking me. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. We got the mods and everything in here. And I thought I saw that Miss Mary Beth might get a kitten. Oh, she should be in here anytime. Oh, I'm so glad. We do have a pretty good chat over here. You thought it was Monday? Okay, well, I'm glad that I'm not the only one. I went back to the gym today. I was like, I'm going to go back to the gym today. And I can feel it. I went actually over to, I was going to go run around and do some shopping because I have a big baby shower coming up this weekend. And I'm going to be a great aunt again. And so I was going to run around and look for shoes because I'm looking for a particular type of shoe. And I went to Target and I was like, man, my legs hurt. So we didn't get very far. Thank you, Mary Beth, for gifting out 5 memberships. Oh, let's see who got them. Dr. E. Kajab, Amanda, Sandy, and Sarah, it looks like. Well, welcome on in. Thank you guys so much for gifting out memberships. Yeah, and Ishi gifted out a bunch of memberships last night. So we've got some new people in. I was actually going to take you guys somewhere with me. Now I can't remember where it was. I don't know. When I think of it, I'll let you know when I when I remember it. But if you do want to become a member of our channel, I do have it pinned to the top of the chat if you'd like to. If you're already a member and you'd like to give out memberships, you could go about it the same way as you do whenever you get a membership. If you guys, like I said, don't mind, like, subscribe to the channel, all those fun things. Let me actually put it on, put the channel so you guys can watch the live chat after the live, because I didn't do that before the live. Oh, it was actually already on. And then I'll put it on subscribers for 3 minutes just so that it helps with Rapper. I feel like I always say Rapper, but I haven't seen him in a while. So let me just do something really, really quick, and then we'll get right into tonight's live. And if anybody ever wants to like shop the products that I use on the lives, I do put them in the description. So you guys can always do that. And I've seen that some of you guys have done that. So thank you for that. That's very awesome. Because if you buy something, then I get like a deal. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win for both of us. Hey, Jolene. Hello from Idaho. Look at that. Beautiful state. I was saying that yesterday. I want to come visit. Like I've seen, well, even Mary Beth, I saw you took a picture on our Patreon, and I was like, the mountains in the background. Like, oh, I thought we had mountains in Ohio. These things are hills. These things are like, I don't even know what these are. These aren't even hills. They're just like little bumps compared to what you guys got out there. I've seen California, but I've never seen like Utah or Idaho or Colorado. I've never been to those states. So I'm really wanting to go. I'm getting an itch for it. So thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. You'll be seeing some more of that of my place on my second channel as well. So I'm gonna try to go live over there a couple times a week and just do some shorter lives over there, like an hour. And if you're interested, I'll put the channel in the chat before the end of the live. So some things did come out of Idaho, I guess, today for Bryan Kohberger. Some newer stuff. It actually came out yesterday. It came out yesterday at 9:41, and then the traffic stop came at 3:30, and then there's like another redacted file that they sent out that came out at 2:37. So I didn't see this yesterday, or we would have played it last night. We would have been the first on it. But we'll play it tonight. If you guys haven't seen it yet, Bryan Kohberger, remember he had that pullover when he was in Moscow, and it was in like August. And Ann Taylor was trying to get it like suppressed or not like be able to show at trial, and they were letting it in. So this is what that is basically. So we'll start off with this tonight with the traffic citation for Bryan Kohberger. So this is just the Latah County Sheriff's Office, their incident report, the incident numbers, if anyone's taken note, 22L-4790. Reporting officer, Darren Duke. Reporting time, 8/21/2022 at 23:38 hours. What's that? 23:38. Not that 7 in there. I'm terrible with military time. 11:38 p.m. I figured it'd be in the middle of the night, but it wasn't. 11:38. Okay. One of these days I'll learn military time. My mom used to always try to teach it to me, like one of those like clocks, like the regular clocks. Never could learn it. I know it's 12. Theirs is 24 for every 12 or something. So this was just an incident nature traffic stop. It was a seatbelt stop, basically. Occurred on 8/21, so August 21st. When was the video that came out with Kaylee? That the house video, the with the cops. Well, that was in August. Let me check. Kaylee body cam video. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be like, I want the actual. Let's see if I can find the actual video. It says January 10th on here, but this isn't. Okay, let's see when it came out. 8/16. So on the 16th was when the cops were up at the 1122 King Road house. Yeah, it was. Yep, it was August the 16th. I thought it was the 21st. I thought it was like the 20 something, like 22nd or something. But no, it was the 16th. So I mean, not the same day, but still, Oh, me too, Alicia. I got some FOIAs done today, so hopefully we'll be getting some more information soon. But we do have a few other documents to go over other than the ones that I have put up tonight, but only like 5 or 6. So we might even be able to just get them all knocked out. So let's see here. There's no report, clearance, no report. Do we not do any reports or any? I mean, I'm surprised we got body cam footage, really. Because every report that we have, like a lot of the reports that we've read, not every, but like half of the reports we've read, there was no report taken or no, video or audio. So it just says here, the original narrative is I stopped the vehicle for speeding 42 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. Man. Confirmed patrol speed at 29 miles per hour. Driver stated he was not aware of the speed limit. I noticed he was not wearing his seatbelt, and he acknowledged that he was not. I cited him for the seatbelt and warned him for the speed. Checked radar at the beginning of shift and following the stop, have body cam and dash camera saved. And I think that's it. Yeah. And then the other report is just this one, and this is the one that they usually give to them. Look at this. Total penalty and cost. Oh, it just lit everything up like a Christmas tree. $10. 10 what? So did he not get him for speeding? Let's see here. Violations, infraction, citation. So that'd be seatbelt probably. Or it could be any infraction, actually. Vehicle, yeah, violation number 1. And it's the only one on here that I see. Vehicle safety restraint failed to use. Blue eyes, brown hair, 185. Height 6 foot. Got his address. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any other violation on here, so that was the only one. $10. $10 ticket. Man, that's a shame. I would be so mad if I got a seatbelt ticket. I just would. I would. So I think I've never gotten one before. I've gotten a speeding ticket. Don't think I've always worn my seatbelt. I've always worn it. My dad used to stand at the door, like our glass door, and look at me when I get in the car. I mean, it didn't matter how old I was until I was 22. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So here's the video. It's going to be kind of covering up me. There we go. It's okay. As long as I can see the chat. So this is going to be kind of loud, I think. So I'm going to put the volume down, and then I'm going to kind of speed it up, or then I'll like raise it up, speed it up, raise it up. How much was yours? $80? That's a lot. I wonder how much they are in Ohio. I want to say they're over $100 in Ohio. I'm going to look that up. Jaywalking's a law. Yeah, can't be doing that. But I also didn't know that you could do U-turns in California. And Vincent busted one in Ohio. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, you're going to get pulled over. And he was like, what? No, I won't. And I'm like, yeah, you will. In Ohio, you will. We're not allowed to do that. And he's like, oh. And then we went to California. You could see that you could do that. And I was like, oh, he was right. So let's see what Kohberger has to say. There's McDonald's. What's he listening to? Oh, he did have music on.
Hey there. I stopped you going a little fast. You didn't realize this is 35? It is. Yeah, so you're going. Yeah, 43 is what radar said. Yeah. You have your license, registration, insurance.
Wonder what he was drinking. It looked like a little tea or something. He won't probably enjoy that anymore. Just saying. His car is awfully clean though.
Seatbelt when I stopped you? No.
At least he's honest.
That's no good. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. What did he say right there?
Good. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh, he says something about there's no point in trying to say that he wasn't speeding because he has a radar. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a vehicle registration slip or something like that? Okay. Yeah, this is your insurance. That's good. The thing is, I'm on a overtime shift right now. One of the conditions we have to enforce seatbelt laws, and so write you citation for that. It's $10 in Idaho. Not a huge deal, but yeah. Be right back.
We'll look that up. I guess it's only $30 in Ohio. I never got one though, so I don't know. That's pretty cheap though. It should be more.
it.
Okay, let me
Mailing
fix it.
address there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think it's when I muted or something. Okay. Let me take it back. And let me, oops, stop sharing it. And we'll try it again. Because I was trying to listen to it on my iPad. I was like, I can't hear it. But I'm sharing it. Volume's all the way up. Let's try it again. I'll leave my, I won't mute myself this time.
Be busy, so
I won't mute myself this time.
all right, so here's your license back. Here, just infraction citation. The only thing you're alleging failure to wear your seatbelts on traffic stop. They said the fine is at $10. You do have the right to a hearing on this if you'd like one. If you'd like hearing, you need to request it before September 8th at 8:30. Otherwise, they'll automatically be entered against you. You lose the rights to hearing. Just want to pay it. The mailing address there, website right there. So, of course, about the short terms. I don't think so. I think it's only moving violations that go to insurance for things that might put points on your license. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Could I get a phone number from you? Yeah, why? Put it on the citations that go to.
I'm surprised he said why.
With a seatbelt like this, I didn't check as I was coming up, so that's why I asked you. I should. I noticed you weren't wearing it, and I'm on this emphasis, and like I said, we get paid by PCD, and they want us to enforce the seatbelt laws. So I was being more aware of that. That's where I'm coming from. Okay. All right. Have a good night.
I don't think he says anything else. I don't think he does. Yeah, I think he just adds in his information, but that's it's a little weird to ask why. When you get pulled over and the officer asks for your phone number, why? I mean, that was like kind of bold. But he sounded like anybody else that got pulled over. He was being honest. I mean, he said, "Hey, wasn't wearing my seatbelt." It's pretty honest. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing. I'm not good at lying to cops. I would have been like, "Yeah, seatbelt was off." But then again, I always wear my seatbelt. I'm a seatbelt wearing machine. But I meant to ask you guys this in the beginning, and actually maybe I'll do a poll. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay. It's just about a different case that is happening right now. And I didn't know if we should cover it or not. And I meant to ask you in the beginning and I forgot. So I just do it I'll just do it as a poll. The next thing I wanted to show you guys before we get into the documents is that I saw that they are putting together a GoFundMe for Dylan. It's basically for her to be able to move on, move out and get her own place and just kind of get therapy and try to move on past this. So I wanted to, I wish that the GoFundMe wasn't so dang big. Why does it have to be so large? Like I wonder if there's a thing that you can copy instead of like copying it out of the toolbar. Maybe I can share. Copy link. Okay. I'm going to put the link in the chat. It won't let you post a link in the chat for some reason. Like Nightbot will get you. It's not even me. It's really long, but if you hit the GoFundMe part, it should take you there. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, it does. So, I'll read down here what it says. What is this? Oh, that's something else. Okay. I was like, where's the longer one? Right here. There's donation protect. It's donation protected. You know, your money is always protected, but they are trying to raise, it looks like 65,000, and they've already hit 59,458. And I don't know when this started. I think today. I'm trying to go down. It won't let me go all the way down. So many donations. Wow. Because I mean, it's a lot. I'll probably be doing this for the rest of my life. Probably shouldn't decide to do this, but I think it just started. Wish you could go just down to the bottom. 24 hours, 1 day. Looks like about a day ago, probably. We'll see if we can get to the bottom. Now that we're doing it, it's like, does anybody else feel like it's like, I got to get to the bottom now? It's like something I started. It does look like it's going to go for a long time. I mean, because some people were, given $5, $10. Someone gave $58. That's random. That's a random number. Okay. I want to see the top. Okay. Well, it looks like 1 day ago. So top anonymous, $1,500, $1,000. That's really nice. It's really nice. So this is our sweet niece is Dylan Mortensen, the eyewitness and surviving roommate from the University of Idaho murder case. It's been 2.5 years of Dylan silently and bravely putting one foot in front of the other, cooperating with law enforcement, processing, and healing from the unimaginable. Dylan has had to learn how to live in her new reality, forever lacking peace, security, safety, and her closest friends. We know a lot of people have asked how they can help, so we created this to support Dylan in building back her life and her future, a life that will require relocation, intensive long-term trauma therapy, and extra security and privacy measures. She will need those things. It looks like updates. So there's an update. Dylan is overwhelmed with gratitude for all of the messages, donations, and support. She reads every message and is so grateful for your kindness. Thank you for making a difference in her life. That's really nice. There's like 96 people have wrote to her. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. I don't know if you have to donate to I think you do in order to post, but that's really sweet. Oh, so I wanted to show you this too. I forgot. I forgot. There's something else I want to show you. So I put it on the community tab today. They put out pictures of the dollhouse, the infamous dollhouse, Aunt Taylor said. So leading up to Kohberger's anticipated capital murder trial. Do I have this up? Okay, making sure it's got them up. And I'm not reading you guys nothing. Actually, let me do the screen like this. It says attorneys on each side clashed over a host of elements that could be presented to jurors, including a college assignment about crime scenes and a 3D model of the home in Moscow where 4 University of Idaho students were killed. Over objections from the defense, Judge Stephen Hippler approved the house model for use with witnesses in the courtroom for demonstrative purposes only, meaning it could not be considered a piece of evidence. He also allowed the prosecution's push to try to admit as evidence the college term paper Kohberger completed while studying at DeSales University in Pennsylvania to illustrate his knowledge of processing crime scenes. Kohberger, 30, later agreed to plead guilty to 4 murders in a plea deal to avoid the death penalty, which ended the need for a trial. Hippler sentenced him last week to consecutive life prison terms with no chance of parole. And he owes $251,227.50. The 4 victims were U of I undergraduates, Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, both 21, and Xander Kernodle and Ethan Chapin, both 20. The 3 women rented the home at 1122 King Road with 2 other female roommates, and Chapin was Kernodle's boyfriend and slept over for the night. Like the term paper, the not-to-scale model the FBI produced is no longer of use for the state's planned purpose at trial. The 4-foot-tall King Road house model on wheels has not before been seen by the public, but the Latah County Prosecutor's Office provided images of it to the Idaho Statesman in response to a public records request. Can I have it? Can I buy it? Can we purchase this? I would buy it. I would buy this. I would. It's just this little model. Look at it on cart. Little. I mean, it's pretty big. Like, look at the cart it's on. I mean, that's a pretty big little house. For being not to scale, you know, they did a pretty good job. It says 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, demonstrative model, not to scale, 9A-SU-36834464. And this is the north side. The U of I took control of the King Road property in spring of 2023 after its prior owner donated it following the murders. Against the wishes of some of the victims' families, the university raised the home in late December 2023, almost a year to the day of Kohberger's arrest. Neither the defense nor prosecution opposed this demolition ahead of the expected trial. In the absence of the real thing, including as the trial moved from Moscow 300 miles south to Boise, the prosecution team intended for the model to help jurors grasp spatial. Why can't I speak tonight? Spatial. Wow. Relationships inside and outside of the 3-story bedroom former college home during witness testimony, they said in court records. And so this is the back side of the house. I mean, they've got like the wood chips and everything. They didn't have the ladder though. If you notice, they didn't have the ladder on the side. I was kind of disappointed in that because they could have put the furniture back in there. Like, I was kind of disappointed, like the furniture wasn't in there. I mean, they could have done that kind of stuff, right? Like, made it look like more of like a house. I'll show you the inside. It's coming up. It says, our intent is just to simply have this as a tool to help witnesses explain their testimony and help the jury understand. There it is. Ann Taylor, Kohberger's lead attorney, countered that the defense had not received details about the model through the legal process of discovery to meet requirements of the rules of evidence. For Hippler to permit the FBI's mock-up would violate her client's constitutional rights, she said. This is an unfair surprise to Mr. Kohberger, Taylor told the court in April. The jury can place great weight on that, and it might not be actual, but it could skew the testimony. It could skew the truth. How would that skew the truth? Hippler, however, reasoned that the defense had equal access to the crime scene before it was knocked down and still had upward of 4 months to prepare its own use of the diagram ahead of what was to be the August trial before Kohberger reached a plea deal. It is not uncommon for demonstrative exhibits to be disclosed close to trial, he added. There is significant distinction between demonstrative trial exhibits or trial models, charts, things of that nature, and attempts to use things for evidentiary value in and of themselves, Hippler said. And more complex, it's not particularly different than a drawing by a witness or something like that. That's a lot different than a drawing, in my opinion. So yeah, there's the front of it. Again, I don't know why they showed that twice, but they did. I wish they would have showed the first floor because it all came apart. You can see right there where it like comes apart. Looks like, or unless that's supposed to be a wire, but they said it came apart. My dog's playing back there. She bites the air. Sorry. She's funny. Jurors and the public could have expected to see the house model as a mainstay in the courtroom and during testimony. That was to include investigators, Thompson said. So DeSales professor, possibly state witness. Kohberger received his bachelor's degree from DeSales in 2020, followed by his master's in June 2022. The university wrote in a statement after Kohberger was arrested, professors at the school, including well-known forensic psychologist Catherine Ramsland, have long declined interview requests about their former pupil. In the immediacy of Kohberger's plea deal, Ramsland broke her silence and told the New York Times she recalled him as respectful and polite and genuinely engaged with the material in her criminal justice course. Initially, Ramsland said she thought case investigators must have arrested the wrong man before coming to believe his culpability. I wasn't surprised by the plea once the judge took away every option, and he couldn't use his alibi because he didn't have one. He couldn't use an alternate suspect because there wasn't one. There's nothing left, Ramsland told the Times. I don't like her. And now he's facing a lot of evidence piled up and the death penalty. So it did not surprise me. Oh, she wants to make a book with him. And yet Thompson told the Statesman in a phone interview Monday the state only planned to call one of Kohberger's former professors as a possible witness, and it wasn't Ramsland. The only witness the state considered, I think it was the one that sent him over there, like gave him the PhD recommendation. The only witness the state was considering calling is the professor that Kohberger wrote the paper for about crime scene processing. Thompson said, that's the only one that we felt might have potentially relevant testimony for trial. You're not relevant. That's what he's saying. In May 2020, Kohberger completed the 12-page term paper released in court records in March as part of a criminal justice coursework for Professor Dave Stipe. The crime scene scenario paper was a typical assignment for Stipe's class. Carolyn Stagelman, spokesperson for DeSales, told the Statesman by email. That professor retired from DeSales after the 2023-2024 academic year. Other members of the university faculty are continuing to decline interviews at this time. Well, I probably would too. You know what I mean? What are you going to say about him? What are you going to say? He was quiet. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know his personality, I guess. Okay, so let me see here. Where was I going to? Actually, I'll read that last. Okay. So this is going to be the next document that we have up for our document read through. YouTube Premium, it gets you every time. Think you get to the ducking point. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, hit the like button. It'll get me out into the algorithm. That'll help me get some people in here. I'm just going to close out some of these windows really quick. Okay. So this is from Brett Payne. I don't know why I don't have it highlighted, but it says narrative tip, attempt to contact. Oh, okay, I remember this one now. So Kohberger's looks like they were writing into the police department, calling in tips. On 6/20/24, I received an email containing a voice tip referenced this case. I wish they wouldn't have redacted this person's name. I listened to the attached file. The woman stated her name was, it starts with an H and it ends with an H. Now, it could be like Helen. I don't know me. Heidi. Heather. Don't know that many H names. I don't know about you guys. I don't know that many. I'm not going to figure out who it is, but it starts with an H and ends with an H. So that's all we know. Hey, Ella. Is it Ellie Yellow Bear? Eli Yellow Bear. There we go. I'll get there. Okay. So it says, I received an email containing a voice tip reference to this case. I listened to the attached file. Would love to hear that. The woman stated her name was HH with a phone number of, it's redacted. H stated she had information that would clear Kohberger of the homicides. She did not state what this information was and requested a phone call. Okay. Bring. On 7/1/24, I don't know why it took him so damn long, but I attempted to call H to interview her about her statements. She was probably already over it by then. She was done trolling. H did not answer, but there was the option to leave a voicemail through the message, did not state who the number belonged to. It's one of those generic ones that just probably said the phone number. I left a voicemail with my work cell phone number and identified who I was. I requested H call me back at the time of this report. I have not received a phone call from H. I will author an additional report if I'm able to contact her. So let's see when this was written. This was from 7 to, so 1 day. And he wrote up the report. Didn't even give her a chance to call back. Thank you, Mega Mom. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super sticker. I keep hitting my ring on the desk. That or I'll hit my watch. If you guys ever hear that, sorry. I don't mean to be annoying. So this was just somebody that was like, maybe this was our girl, Bryan's girls. Remember the girl in there? She was probably, 15? The girl that did that subreddit. We could tell by her, the way she had the hearts and stuff around them. Like, just her attitude was, like, very young. Oh, and Mary Beth, did you say you were getting a kitten? I said something about it in the beginning, and then I forgot to look at the chat. If you are, I'm jealous. I want a kitten. I mean, I love you, Rocky. I love him. But I do want a kitten. Hannah. Yeah, Dawn. I didn't think about that one. Let me see. That one. That'd be, well, that could be it. That could fit. Huh. Who are you? We don't know. So the next one is interview about green jacket. Now, if you guys remember, Dylan Mortensen had requested a few items, some Nike Air Jordan, some jewelry, and then a black puffy North Face jacket. So when they brought up this one, I was like, what are they talking about? Because this is about Dylan. So it says on Wednesday, July 10th, 2024, Sergeant Gilbertson and I met via Zoom with, it looks like Mortensen, I think it's her mom and their lawyer. Redacted. Okay. But I'm not sure if that's who it is, but I think this is Dylan. It says reference the green and pink jacket that was tested by defense counsel in this case. The interview was not recorded. How convenient. It should be noted the jacket was initially not collected as evidence and was turned over to the Mortensen family as personal property. I'm assuming that's what it says is Mortensen. The box the garment was in was later returned to MPD upon defense counsel request. I asked Mortensen if she had seen the jacket in question. Mortensen told me the jacket did not look familiar at all, and her mother stated the same thing. Mortensen told us it was not uncommon for other sorority members to come to the house and leave clothes to use later, but she said she did not remember seeing the jacket. Mortensen did not have any further information on the jacket, so we ended our interview. So it looks like somebody probably just had something over there, like they left their jacket or something. You know how it is. You know how it is when you're that age and your best friend's like, can I borrow your shirt? And you're like, I'll never see it again. No. And then you leave your jacket there and then you're like, shit, I'll never see it again. That was my best friend anyway. She was a clothes thief. I love her to death. But she was a clothes thief. So I think that's maybe she's got put into her belongings. Maybe she didn't even go through her stuff yet, She could have maybe just like left that stuff to the side. Who knows? I probably would have. But this one's from Brett Payne. And these are poll camera hard drives. And they're received by the FBI. And it says evidence item 907, 908, and 909. On Tuesday, July 16th, 2024, S.A. Hill, delivered 3 internal hard drives to Moscow PD. These drives were prepared by the FBI IT and turned over to SA Hill for delivery. The drives were delivered to MPD and secured in secure temporary evidence storage until they were turned over to me by evidence technician. It's redacted on July 25th, 2024. The 3 drives, they were labeled as following. So drive ID number ID 21, poll camera footage, and it says front entrance. I think this is when they were doing their surveillance on Kohberger, maybe at his house. I'm thinking that because I think this is supposed to say Lambsden and not Lansden. So for the second one, poll camera footage. Well, yeah, that'd be December 23rd, 2022 through January 2nd, 2023. And it says Lansden, but I think that might be Lambsden, like where his parents lived. And then it says poll camera footage, Reed entrance. That could be like another road that's by theirs. But it says, I booked these drives into MPD evidence on July 25th with the following numbers. And it gives the numbers. And then it just says certified here, there, for perjury. He's telling the truth, he says. What you doing back here, girl? Hey, what you doing back there? Hey, honey. That dog don't listen to nobody but herself. So this one is, I don't know why I didn't highlight some of these. I usually highlight the narrative and the name. Sorry. So this one's from Brett Payne as well. And it's a supplemental number 73 correction. You just got kicked out. Wonder why that does that to people on my streams. Let me know if you guys have been kicked out of my stream before. Because I know it's been doing that to some people. It doesn't do it to me. I don't know what one I'm on under this. I think I'm on under mine. Yeah, because there's no commercials. I should try to go into my other account on there and see what it does. Sorry, guys. I guess people are getting kicked out. We don't even know. We're not doing it to you guys. If you get kicked out, come back. It's not us. So on July 25th, 2024, I got kicked out of a couple bars. I hear that. I hear you there. Oh, it does in other streams too. Oh man. So it says I was asked by the prosecution in this case to review my supplemental number 73 to clarify where the 94 samples were in relation to the supplement, as I only listed 4 samples as being booked into evidence. And this was pretty interesting. I reviewed my supplemental and readily recognized there was a typing error. The sentence reads, in addition, there were more blood spatter spots on the wall on the entry into the living room. Samples of each were collected, 94 in total. So he tells you right here how he messed up on the keyboard. What he did was he meant to put it in quotes or parentheses or whatever. And he meant to put 4 and he accidentally hit the 9 instead of shift 9. He didn't hit the shift hard enough. So the sentence was meant to read as follows. So in addition, there were more blood spatter spots on the wall on the entry into the living room. Samples of each were collected, 4 in total. And ISP Detective Talbot took photos of the residence. Hey, Tinny. So the entry to the living room by Dylan's door? Or would it be the entry into the living room by Xana's bathroom door? Or would it be the entry into the living room coming up the stairs from the first floor to the second floor? Because I'm kind of curious. I don't know where these stains are supposed to be, or spatter spots. But I want to know. I'd like to know. If anyone knows, let me know. From the kitchen, you think maybe? I know YouTube did something they're doing some updates. We'll just come back. Say, I don't know what happened. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I really don't know what happened. We don't ever block people or anything like that, unless they're being crazy. You got to really be wild and out, or have a weird name. Have a weird name like Tanya's boobs. Yeah, that'll get you. So this one's from Brett Payne, narrative tip follow-up attempts, number 157. So on June 29th, 2024, I attempted to contact, and it's redacted. At redacted referenced a tip. Redacted had emailed into the tip line. So they claimed to have information about Kohberger and a man named Redacted. So these people, their names are redacted, claim to have tangible proof. Tangible. You can touch it, right? That Kohberger was framed. Okay, well, he hasn't been guilty of anything yet. So what's he been framed for? I attempted to call redacted again on 7/30/2024. Upon calling, someone answered the phone, did not say anything, and then they hung up quickly before I could speak. So they picked it up and they heard and hung up. At the time of this writing, I'm unable to contact redacted. I will investigate further if I'm able to get in contact with her. So it's a woman. That's our first clue. Kohberger was framed. Yeah, they were doing this, Tom. They were actually doing this and calling the police. They were calling these tips in. These are tips that called into the police. Wouldn't that be funny if I just had a bunch of tips and they were fake and I just printed them out? I should have done that. That'd have been cool. Have you guys on your tippy toes. Can you give me 1 second? Hold on, just 1 second. The dog wants in. Okay, I switched dogs. Sorry about that. I got the gray one. She's in her seat. She's laying in a little ball. Okay, so this one is another follow-up tip, it looks like. On Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, I contacted TJ, I'm just going to say TJ, from Clarkston, Washington. They emailed a tip to Chief Dallinger saying she had information about seeing Kohberger the morning after the homicides. I called and asked her to tell me what she knew. I did not record our conversation. I have a little recorder. I got it at Target. It was on clearance for $20. And I love that thing, right? Every officer should have a recorder in their pocket at all time. Just like every hunter has a pocket knife, or every outdoorsman guy, most of them guys, they have little pocket knives. Cops, they need to be more equipped. They need to be more equipped because they need to record things. And, sometimes they have to record in a moment's notice. Actually, you can record with your phone now. Redacted stated she was in Clarkston on 11/13 at approximately 11. Is this 1,000 hours? I'm probably saying that wrong. 1,000 hours. And went to Albertsons there to pick up coffee and donuts. Redacted said she had seen the U of I alert on Facebook as she was standing in line and called her boyfriend to tell him about it. She said it was at this point she noticed the man in front of her who she thought could have been Kohberger. She said the man was wearing khaki pants, brown shoes, and a salmon-colored button-up shirt, a surgical COVID-type mask, and purple surgical gloves. Now, that could be our dude, right? That could be number 163214. A surgical COVID-type mask and the purple surgical gloves. Now, that you don't see every day in line. You know what I mean? That would grab my attention. If I'm standing in line and I saw someone masked up and had gloves on, which I wouldn't care. Do you, boo? But I would notice that, right? Because we went through a very dark period of our lives where we didn't have a choice, right? Whether we wanted to wear the mask or not. The gloves were optional, but the mask was not. Which I really didn't mind. To tell you the truth. In the winter, it was fine. Redacted says she didn't think anything of it at the time, but thought she should let law enforcement know after seeing the photos of Kohberger. She did not have any further information regarding the incident. I thanked her for the information and ended our conversation. Now, I don't know if they could go back and see that in the videotape or not, but they had a video of him checking out. They just didn't have a video of what he checked out with. Oh, MAGA mom, you're messing around. Machete in the car. Now, I do wear gloves every day to clean. I do. And I think of him every single time. I hate that for myself. I really do. Because I clean with gloves. I'm weird. Like, I don't know. I just don't like things touching my hands, like chemicals and stuff. I only use like Lysol. I don't use anything like hardcore, but you never know. Now, are you? She trying to bust up in the door. Okay. So Kohberger, this is the Kohberger jail phone calls, mail, and messages. I'm like, how about that? On August 7th, 2024, I booked in a DVD which contained the following files pertaining to jail phone calls, mail, and messages. And I had down what I wrote and that I wanted was reports, body cam, interviews, videos, audio, jail calls, and jail letters. I think I covered it all. It says mail, copies of all outgoing and incoming mail from 2/9/2024 to 8/7/2024. Messages, Kohberger messages from 3/26/2024 to 6/26/2024. Kohberger messages from 6/26 to 8/2, and then again from 8/2 to 8/6. Phone calls from Kohberger calls folder from someone from ISP. And it says Kohberger calls and it has like 3, 6, 7, 8. Kohberger jail calls 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm assuming that's how many calls that they had, like Kohberger jail calls 5. So Crystal, you've been a member for 8 months. Look at that. Somebody made me a wooden cane, like hand carved it, and they had a brass knob on there for me. If I needed to like use that when I had to use a cane for a minute, which I never used it. I went straight from the wheelchair just to my feet, but I gave it to my nephew. He loves it. Okay, so then this one is Word doc. Kohberger calls April 2024 through May 2024. This document lists all of the calls made between April 2024 to May 2024. The calls in red are not complete. The calls in orange were transcribed using software TurboScribe. The calls in black were transcribed by me. Well, they should all be probably transcribed by a person, a human. Look at that. Member for 19 months, Ladybug. You've been with me for a long time. Thank you. Thank both of you guys. Thank you guys for being around for so long. All of the other document in this folder are the Word documents created by software TurboScribe, which coincide with the calls listed in orange, detailed in the above listed Word document. Okay, so Kohberger calls from ISP folder, and it just has his calls here, 3, 4, and 5. Kohberger calls June 24th to August 24th folder, Word document. Kohberger calls June 24th to August 2024. This document lists all of the calls made between June and August 2024. The calls in red are not complete. The calls in orange were transcribed using software TurboScribe. All the other documents in this folder are the Word documents created by the software TurboScribe, which coincide with the calls listed in orange, detailed in the above listed Word document. It says Bryan's phone calls to Word documents. This document has already been booked in and is a duplicate. Bryan phone call 3. This document contains the calls from the second document and the call starting from March 21st, 2024. The red is not complete. The green was completed by redacted with ISP, and the orange were transcribed. They should all be complete and transcribed. Kohberger calls transcribed. This document contains transcription for the following visits. I was trying out different transcribing software. This was created using Microsoft 360 transcribe programs. So it looks like video visit, 7/27/2023, 1,600 hours. I guess it was 29-26 minutes. I don't know who this is. Video visit, Is this Mary Ann maybe? Mom, Mary Ann? I don't know. 7/27, 2023, 16:30 hours, 29 minutes. That's a long time to be on the phone in jail, you know? Okay. Oh, there's actually some that talk about him talking to his mom in here, I think. So these are going to be from whenever they did the warrant for his house. It says, on July 22nd, 2024, I transferred 4 items previously secured in the Moscow Police Department Digital Forensic Lab to the MPD evidence room. I received these items from the FBI and they were placed into a secure storage area upon receipt. No further analysis or extractions were completed on the devices as the extractions were previously completed by the FBI and that data has been placed onto hard drives and provided separately. These 4 items were listed as. So these are going to be the things other than the phone. The hard drives are all the ones that they got from his parents' house whenever they went to arrest him. So, and the laptop as well. So the Samsung phone belonging to Bryan Kohberger, Samsung hard drive belonging to Bryan Kohberger, no one can spell his name, Samsung and Seagate hard drives belonging to Bryan Kohberger, Acer laptop belonging to Bryan Kohberger. And those were like older items because they were at his parents' house. I don't think they were items that he had been using recently. Maybe the laptop, but I doubt it. I would think you would upgrade your laptop if you were going to school for your doctorate program, right? Like, I mean, no offense to like Acer laptops. They're probably good. I've never had one, but they're like, I think a lower brand to where I don't know if it would hold. I don't know how much it would hold. Do you know what I mean? Like schoolwork wise, you'd want something that could hold a lot of work. It probably, maybe it does hold a lot of work. I don't know. But I would think that he would have something else. I don't know. I was thinking that was an old one. And I'm still thinking that. I have the report or I have my binder. I should just look at my binder. Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. You work for Amazon? Oh, really? You're the lady that answers the phones? I'm going to call just to see if I can get you on the phone. Keep calling. Like, I need to talk to Ashley. I actually did all of my college career bachelor's degree on a Dell Mini. Remember when the mini laptops were like popular there for a minute? I had one. I had to get it. My friend had it. It was cute. I was like, oh, I have to have one too. And so I got one and then I ended up doing all of my college stuff on it. And it was so small. It was small. Not standing in line anywhere, huh? Okay. Let me go back. Let me know if I need to go back or anything. Okay. So this is a narrative contact with Kitsap County in reference to a tip given to the FBI. On December 8th, 2022, I was asked to follow up on a tip submitted to the FBI from an unknown person in Kitsap County. The tip provided a male in his 60s was seen trying to entice children in Kingston, Washington, and he was driving a white Hyundai Elantra with Washington plate. The report also stated the male possibly worked or hung out near the Arco gas station in Kingston, Washington. This is going to be like what? Your head's going to be spinning. The tip stated the male had reported he was thinking of moving to Moscow, Idaho. I contacted a deputy, Aaron Lodgedale, and asked him if anyone had made a report to them from 2021 about an older male trying to entice children. Deputy Logdale advised me they did have a report and stated the case was closed and he did not believe they ever identified a suspect in the case. So if you don't identify a suspect in a case, you could just close it? I don't know. The plate returned to a redacted from Washington. Deputy Longdale provided me with this info and then told me he would go to Arco gas station and do some follow-up. Deputy Longdale called me back a short time later and told me he talked to several employees at the ARCO and none of them remember any older male matching that description or anyone who drove a white Hyundai Elantra. Deputy Logdale provided me with a report number in case I needed it. On August 6th, I received an email for discovery, and it was asking if we did any reports from this tip. Once I remembered what the tip was and what I did with it, I realized I never called Kitsap County back to get a copy of the report. Now, wouldn't you just say, send me over a copy of the report when it's done? So you don't have to call them back and ask them for a copy of it? That just sounds dumb to me. Like you're talking to them on the phone about this tip. Wouldn't you say, hey, once you're done with your report, send me one over, right? I don't know. Birthday IDs for who? I'll let you know. But yeah, I guess he just didn't feel like doing that. On August 8th, 2024, I called Kitsap County and received a copy of Deputy Logdale's agency assist report he completed for his assistance with me. And I also received a copy of the original report submitted to Kitsap County on April 15th, 2021. No suspect has ever been identified in this case from Kitsap County. Nothing from this tip leads us to believe it was related to this homicide case. When I read that, I was just like, do I show him that even? But I was like, yeah, we're going to read it. So this one is Brett Payne, and it's the Eugene, Oregon white Elantra follow-up. Remember, they found the car and the Elantra, and it was like all beat up. It was in a car accident, and everyone was like, that's the car. So on Tuesday, August 6, 24, I received another discovery request from the defense counsel in this case asking for, let's make it bigger, documentation about a tip received and later acknowledged in the MPD press release about a white Hyundai Elantra that was found in Eugene, Oregon. The FBI tip also received numerous tips about this vehicle. I'm sorry, the FBI tip line. It was found that no report was written at the time which documented what information was obtained by the investigative team. However, the vehicle was deemed to be irrelevant to the investigation. In order to obtain the information likely used to make this determination, I contacted Eugene PD on August 8th, 2024, and requested any information they had about the white Hyundai Elantra. I later received a secure email from EPD containing 4 attachments. The first was a press release referenced the vehicle. The other 3 were incident reports about the vehicle. The following information was obtained from the incident reports. The white Elantra bearing Colorado license plate, redacted, was involved in a crash on 12/17/22 in Eugene, Oregon. Law enforcement and fire responded and contacted the driver. The vehicle was reported 2 other times, hence the other 2 reports. One driver's license was run during the report and was listed as a redacted R. The vehicle was crashed and had extensive front end damage. The RO of the vehicle was determined to be redacted. It is unclear who contacted redacted at the time of the report, but the determination was made that the vehicle was no interest to investigators. The information provided by EPD is attached to this case. Now, why was the car wrecked and left on the side of the road? That's my question. Like, why were you drunk? Were you drunk and you got in a drunk driving accident and then you ran home, or someone picked you up and you left the car there? I have questions. No one else did. No one else had questions. Thank you, Marcy, for becoming a new member. I appreciate that. Welcome on in. Thank you. So they weren't IDs in a box. It wasn't anything related to the case anyway. I think it was it was like ID in box, but yeah, they never clarified what it was. But it wasn't any of the victims. So then we're going to go with a few more of these. Okay. Discovery request follow-up, Brett Payne, incident report. Let me see. I forget what this one is. So it says, I received another discovery request from the defense team asking for the identity of, Adam. So that's who it is. Okay. So she wants to know the identity of Adam in reference to surveillance video of Mogan and Gonzalez the night of the homicides. It was determined with the limited information available at the time that Adam was likely Adam. It starts with an L. I can't remember his last name, but it starts with an L. Adam worked for the Corner Club and was a friend of the victims, Jack Decor. And then it says his last name again, was interviewed by ISP detectives on 11/18/2022, and the interview was documented under ISP supplemental number 5. So, yeah. And if you don't mind, will you guys hit the like button for me? If you guys are appreciating the content, that'd be great. I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys all doing that for me. Now, we are going to hear from a couple people that were in jail with Kohberger here shortly. So that's pretty entertaining. It says here, this is for Pullman PD information, Brett Payne. August 7th, 24, I emailed, it looks like Papa Roger, but it's redacted, support service manager for the Pullman Police Department in order to request the following information related to this case. All reports, videos, photographs, notes, and communications from Pullman Police Department regarding their involvement in this case, including but not limited to all records from Sergeant Chris Engel, copy of Love's spreadsheet as referenced in Sergeant Engel's email to Pullman PD officers. And it says this information was requested by the defense counsel. I don't think anything else was, just all of it was booked into evidence. And then this is text between myself and Dylan and Bethany, it looks like. Dustin Blaker. Let me see. Dylan Mortensen, Bethany Funk. Yeah, I don't know what this name is. So it says August 27th, 2024. I received an email from Redacted in reference to discovery request 407 text communications between Dylan Mortensen and myself, and 408 text communications between Bethany Funk and myself. I went through my phone and found the text conversations I had with Dylan and Bethany back in 2022. I took screenshots of the text and I have electronically attached them to this case file. I have also sent digital copies to Redacted for discovery purposes. I don't know why it's redacted for the discovery purposes. Okay. And this is the one, I believe, about Kohberger. Yeah. So this is the transport video review, inmate transport video. Brett Payne. I don't think they're going to be very welcoming to Mr. 163214. On August 21st, 2024, I received an email from Department Prosecutor Ashley Jennings containing a link to a recent inmate transport wherein one inmate mentioned Kohberger. I assessed the secure link and watched the video. The male inmate, Redacted, was being transported to southern Idaho and was talking to a female inmate, Redacted. Now, this guy didn't look like, I don't think he had a lot of time going, like he didn't have a lot of time left, but where Kohberger is going to live, that's all they have is time, right? They're in there for murder, robbery, the big stuff, right? For years and years and years, drug offenses, things like that. So they're like, all I have is time. You know what I mean? Like those are the people that I would be afraid of. So it says during their conversation, Redacted stated he was housed in maximum security, to which Redacted replied, "Oh, you were in there with Kohberger?" I don't know if that's how they talked. Redacted stated he was. Like, I was. Redacted asked, "How is he?" Redacted stated, "A fucking weirdo." To each their own, Redacted continued to say if he wasn't worried about further legal repercussions, he would have physically assaulted Kohberger. Wonder if he could get to him to do that. Redacted then asked if Kohberger did it, referring to the homicides. Redacted affirmed the statement and added he had pretty good judgment of people and that his Kohberger's eyes tell a story. This was the extent of the conversation about Kohberger. Yeah, prison justice. I see it. That's what I must have saw the other day, Ashley. I saw two people come out of a car. I was like, what the heck? They're Amazon delivery? It's like a DoorDash delivery. So based on the limited information conveyed by redacted and the fact that he did not mention speaking to Kohberger about the homicides, where there will be no further follow-up conducted with redacted. Now, I mean, he knew him. I mean, a little bit. He said he was a weirdo. So, I mean, maybe he should have interviewed the guy. I would have been curious to know. Let's see. I have pretty mountains on my background now. I was gonna see if I had any other files up, but I don't. I can find them. We're on like number 301, and there's only 314. Okay, we'll go over those on our next live. There won't be that many, and then I'll make sure I put something else in there to make it all look good for you guys. I did notice that they did put this on the case summary on the like on his case summary for Bryan Kohberger. I haven't been over to the Idaho page in such a long time, it feels like. Actually, I'm gonna go over there right now just to make sure there's nothing up. Nope, just the motion to extend no contact orders. So is this the one? All the state respectfully requests they extend it for an additional 99 years, but he hasn't made a ruling on that, but I think that's probably going to go through. I would say. So this just says, you know, on 7/23 they did put in the disposition, burglary, murder, and then sentence 7/23, and it shows you the total cost that he has to, the fine program, and then what is it? Court cost $245.50. Fine program $50,000. I think that's what isn't that what he gives to no, they get $5,000, I thought. Why isn't that included in here? I thought that I could have sworn that they were the victims of this were supposed to get $5,000 each. Or maybe I swear that's what they said. I'm about to go back and watch that. Because I thought the $50,000 was the fine for like the state. But I don't know. Maybe that's the fine for them. But the total fees are $50,000. This is just for the burglary. $50,245.50. They're all like that. So then murder 1, $50,245.50. Same with murder. I'm sorry, sentence. I should look at that. Where is it? Murder 3, you know, and then 4 murder. I don't know why they have it like that. Oh, and then 5. Yeah. Okay. It's because they have the burglary. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And they're all $50,245. So I added it, and I think altogether it was $251,227.50. So he has to make that money back, right? Before he pay that money, I think, before he can make any money on anything. They do have a law. It's not a Son of Sam law, but it's similar. So I don't think that he'll be allowed to do that. He should owe the families more than the state. Of course, yeah, actually, I agree. I thought it was $5,000. Marcy, I think you're right. I think they just didn't put it in here for some reason. I don't know. Probably because it's such a low amount, people would be furious. Because when I heard it, I was furious. But I was all caught up in the whole moment of things. You know what I mean? To where it was like, did I hear that right? Maybe. But yeah, I don't know why they don't have it on there. So if you add that in, you know, he owes an extra $20,000. So, yeah, $5,000 is shit. If I was them, I'd tell him, actually, you know, I would want the money because just for the fact that I would want him. And if there was a way that he would have to sign write a check to my kid, not to me. I don't want your money, but I want you to write a check once a month to Kayla Gonzalez, to Madison Mogan, to Ethan Chapin, to Xana Kernodle, and he has to write out that check. So he has to see their name and relive it at least once a month if he doesn't relive it more than that, you know? I mean, even if it was 5 cents he gave me for the rest of his life, right? I'd be like, I'll take it. I'll take it. Actually, it's only worth 5,000, Therese, because 50,000 is actually their fines. Funerals are so expensive. Yeah. That's crazy. 20%, really? Man, that sucks. You can't even be sneaky, you know what I mean? And be like, give me some cash because you're in jail. You're in prison. So if all the money that comes in is just, there it is. So 20% of everything that well, ladies that are in love with Bryan out there in the ethernet, we see you. Go ahead, start sending your money. Start sending it all. Send it all to him. Every penny you make. Well, if you're right, yeah. But I think if they would have said 5,000, I would have been like, what? I'm surprised there wasn't like a noise from the gallery at that point. Like what? You know, just something. Let me see if there's anything that's going on out there right now. Out in the world. We'll look on X and just see if anything has popped off. Did you hear about that earthquake? Oh, at least Jennifer Coffendorfer got my message. She had on her Twitter, it was, what did it say? I don't even know how she came up on my Twitter. It said she had it like Kohberger's number as 63613 or something. I don't know. It was backwards. It was just backwards. And I was like, I didn't say you mean, I just put the right number in there. And then she just posted like another post. I don't know why I keep getting her on my post, but I'm gonna have to put like a mute or something. Okay. She believes that Bryan Kohberger could have interacted with Murphy in the backyard. And that's why Murphy didn't bark when he went in. No, Murphy didn't bark because he didn't hear him at first. And then he did bark. You crazy woman. Oh, they have their eyes on BK. I bet everybody has their eyes. I don't think he had anything to do with the dog. When the dog was running back to that fence line, I wholeheartedly believe he was running back because there was people that walked back there. There was a walkway for students. So I think that's what Murphy was seeing, was people like, we showed the video last night where Bryan Enton walked through the walkway and it's right behind their house. And that's where Murphy probably would have ran up and barked. You would have, they said they heard someone in the tree line, and that's the tree line. So, in my opinion, that was just people walking, I think, just to and from wherever they wanted to go. And Murphy heard them, and being a puppy, he wanted to go and see who it was. And he was curious. My dogs are not that curious, but he looks like a curious pup. He looks like he would walk up to somebody, like, right, like a stranger. My dogs wouldn't. My dogs would be like, no. But if you saw it last night, Bryan Enton did a walkthrough back there, right behind their apartment where you park your car. There's a path right there. So yeah, you'll have to check it out if you didn't get to see it last night. It was, I think, in the beginning we played it. I think it was towards the beginning of the live we played it. I don't know if her family is necessarily rich. They might be. They might have money. I think she probably just needs it because she's an adult and she probably wants to do it kind of on her own. At this point, she's what, 21? Plus, I couldn't imagine how much it's going to cost to. I hope that her parents. I hope she's still on her parents' insurance until she's like 26 or something. Because going to see a psychiatrist, that's outrageous amount of money if you don't have insurance. But I think that she's probably, I would say, on her dad's. It never said if he was in a kennel, but I don't believe he was in a kennel necessarily, but I believe that Kaylee was in that room that night. I believe that Kaylee was in her own bedroom. I know. I think it was what, September? Yeah, September she turned 19. Hey, DM. Yeah, they said he was being a good boy when they got there. It's just so sad. He was being such a good boy. What's Anne Rule Book? I haven't heard of that one, Ashley. I heard it could have been like a book by a serial killer. I always thought it was the manifesto for Elliot Rodger. I mean, it kind of fit. It fit, but right, Felicia, I believe that too. What's the book called? I just want to read page 118. The Stranger Beside Me. I'm going to write that down. That sounds like a good book to read. Oh, that's the book. Ashley. Okay, yeah. That's the one that I was talking about when I said something about a serial killer. Oh. Who's it written by? It's not written by like what's her face, is it? It's by Anne Rule. Okay. I was about to say it's not by Dorothy, is it? Remember her from Letitia's Stout trial, and Ted Bundy kissed her, and it was like his last woman that he kissed or something like that before he went. Oh, that woman was nuts. If it was her that wrote that book, I wouldn't have been able to read it. Not even one page. But I'll have to look into that. Okay, so it's by Anne. Yeah, this lady Dorothy she was something else. Let me tell you. Let me see. I didn't see anything over there, but 1 hour ago, Bodycam released Bryan and put it on his. I'll just share his because it looks like the same one that they sent me. I wonder, like, about the tsunami that came through. Did you guys see anything that happened with that? Oh my goodness! Look at this. Oh my goodness! If you're scared of like earthquakes, don't just look away real quick. But I'll show you this. This was the earthquake that hit today. Nope. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. Vincent can handle this crap, like little, like tornadoes, or I mean earthquakes. See that? See, we don't do those on the East Coast. See, we don't have those over here. If the floor was shaking from like beneath my feet, I don't know what I would do. So this happened in Russia. Let me go back and see if it It says, a magnitude 8.5 earthquake just shook the region near, I can't, Kamchatka? Okay, I can't say that. These video clips are spine chilling. There's like a couple of them. Oh my goodness. Look at these people are outside. No way, Jose. It says, warning in Hawaii and people are still swimming. Unbelievable, JLR said. Let's see the latest. Okay, guess not. Live stream of Japan being warned about tsunami. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, not for me. We read that one, Mary Beth. Actually, we read all the books. We've read except for, I think there might be one out that was, I think it's like $5. I should buy it and read it. It's like cheaper. It's like a cheaper book, but I don't think it might not be bad. But what do we have? We have the Idaho 4 American Tragedy we read. The Howard Bloom book, can't remember the name, and then the other one that's like a paperback, like One Night in Idaho or something like that. And they're all on the channel. Oh, you live on Lake Erie? I don't even like the water anymore. Oregon, I'm like, I don't like any I don't like any of that stuff. I don't like any hard weather. That stuff scares me. It used to not. Now it does. I don't like water or anything now. Vince, I blame him, but it really wasn't his fault. It was that Titan submersible. Ever since that happened, your girl does not like to go in water that she can't see the bottom of. I barely get in the pool. See, Marcy, I couldn't do it. Well, actually I could, because we had 8 tornadoes hit down in my town in one night. This was like 6 years ago, and it was terrible. It just destroyed everything. We were very fortunate that we didn't get impacted, but it was just because of where we were, like where our apartment sat. But the apartment in front of us completely just got like its roof blown off and everything else. Craziness. I still swim though, yeah. Actually, I put a video up on TikTok earlier today of me swimming. Yeah. It's on, I think, both of my TikToks, actually. So if you want to look at it, you can. I have a TikTok for this channel, and then I have a TikTok for Unfiltered. Over on Unfiltered, I'm lacking on the subscribers. I need to put that into like my Nightbot or something and have you guys go over there and subscribe. I have like 7 subscribers or followers or something, but I haven't really posted over there. I need to post more. If you post a lot, I think that would help, but I don't post a lot. Let me see if there's anything going on with Bryan Kohberger before we jump off here. Probably not. I mean, nothing probably that I haven't told you. What's this? Oh, just okay. That's just talking about character noodle. Thanking, or like not thanking, sorry. Forgiving Bryan. So sorry. Yeah, it just looks like people are putting out the body cam footage. That's all it is. It's all it is. I'm like, man. Let's go one more place before I jump off here. And then we'll look at the poll too. I was going to the Gonzalez page and they're not doing that good. They miss their kid, you know, that's sad. Oh, did he put a new video out already? Dang, he's fast. I'll have to watch that tomorrow or something. Is it over on YouTube? Or is he on? No, he's on News Nation tonight. My YouTube's not even coming up. It's like more YouTubing for you. I'll have to show you guys tomorrow what I'm gonna wear. To this baby shower. I want to get your guys' opinion. So I'll show you guys tomorrow on our live. I think we'll probably do like a live on the other channel maybe, and then do something over here. What was I going to do? I was going to tell you guys something. Now I can't freaking remember. Man, I hate when I do that. Let me see if I took any notes. I didn't. I don't know what I'm going to say. Something about YouTube. Oh, I was going to check the poll. Okay. So you guys know what I'm talking about then? The couple from Devil's Den? Because I wanted to do it tonight. How many was that? How many people? 98 votes? Okay. Because I wanted to do that tonight, and it was literally 9/11, and I almost switched the live up on you guys, and I was like, man, I don't want to do that to them. Like, I felt bad if I would have switched it like that fast, and I haven't had a chance to really look really deep into it myself, but I figured whatever I can't get on my own, we'll figure it out together tomorrow. So I might come on and do an earlier live tomorrow because the 31st, tomorrow's the 30th, the 31st, I have to be an hour and a half away up to OSU for my dental appointment. So yeah, that's 8:30 in the morning. I have to be there. So I'm going to try to do an earlier live tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be like in the day or if it'll be like towards the evening, but I'll make sure that you guys see that. I'll put it on the community tab and I'll get the thumbnail and everything, and I'll have it, you know, like scheduled out to where you guys will have time to make it. I can't even talk straight. But Miss Nancy Grace, actually, she did a podcast over it just tonight. It just came out like 4 hours ago since we've been on live for over a little over an hour. So yeah, I want to go over it. I think it would be a good case to cover, and it sounds very interesting. So my aunt lives in Boca, DM. I bet you live in a nice part of Florida. I know she did, or she does. But thank you guys for being here tonight. If you guys don't mind, just take a second. It's a simple hit to that like, you know, a little DNA never hurt anybody. Well, I guess, I guess it does hurt. I guess it does hurt somebody named 163214. But I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go find my other dog. I think she's just sitting at the door because she decided to come back after she wanted to go out. But thanks for being here tonight. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how.